My name is Patricia Mercogliano, and I am one voice in emergency management. I began my career following my undergraduate degree in criminal justice at a nonprofit organization called EAC Link, where we were forensic sociologists working full-time out of Rikers Island doing psychosocial assessments on criminals. It was the forensic path was a path I thought I was going to choose for myself. After I spent some time there and with some exposure to a great program at John Jay, I ended up switching my career paths and going back to graduate school for a degree in protection management with a specialty in emergency management. So it was there where I started my research a little bit on some factors involved in emergency management, namely evacuations and the use of elevators in emergency evacuations from buildings. And through that work with the National Institute of Standards and Technology, I kind of gained a sense of what the field was about and took an internship with the Office of Counterterrorism at the time in the state of New Jersey, where I began to look at critical infrastructure throughout the region, identifying and verifying all critical infrastructure within the state of New Jersey, and then looking at a methodology to not only come up with countermeasures and mitigation tactics to start hardening some of these potential targets, but also to look at quantifiable ways of buying down risks to different various parts of infrastructure throughout the state. So I actually was one of the drafters of the State Infrastructure Protection Plan at the state of New Jersey, as well as working with all 21 counties to go ahead and verify and identify all of their critical infrastructure within their particular area. And I did that for a couple years and had great success. And from there, moved on to the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, where I became the program manager for the Business Continuity Program. So there I manage that program where we look at recovery strategies in the event of a business disruption, which ties very heavily into some of the emergency management components that we have going on at the agency. While I manage that recovery piece to the operation, I'm also responsible in a response role to play a part as a duty officer and then a response personnel within the Emergency Operations Center in the event of a tri-state area related incident. So I've gained a tremendous amount of experience through some of those EOC activations and being able to be out in the field, working within the incident command system, learning how the entire emergency operations plan and process works, validating those plans, and then tying that all into the recovery strategies. The biggest challenge for me has probably been soliciting buy-in from potential employees as far as understanding the response and recovery concepts that are associated with emergency management. I tend to feel that the average civilian isn't touched on by the federal government, or they're not really sought out by the federal government to educate them to the best of their ability. So sometimes just even working in an agency, although so closely touched by the events of September 11th and by other incidents that occur in this region, sometimes the education process really starts with you and your personnel and your employees that work for you, and letting them know that their participation in the process is just important as the leadership and the management parts of the process. Seeing a plan come through and actually be a viable operational plan and having it work, and knowing that you made someone's life a little bit easier, you made their day a little bit easier, someone got to work on time, someone was able to cross a bridge, or it seems silly at times, but that customer service piece is really still there. And at the end of the day, it's our customers and it's the region that we owe what we do to, and so therefore we have to make sure that our plans are written and prepared for and trained on and exercised with, so that at the end of the day, if something were to happen, it has the least amount of impact it possibly can on everyone that's involved.